Hey you guys, how are you glowing? You should be good because you're watching this video, of course. You have Wi-Fi or you have internet, so you're blessed because you're watching this. Okay, enough of my ranting. How are you glowing on this great day, Tuesday, this great 8th day of May? So I decided that I would talk to you guys more about that time of the month stuff. This is a very important topic, especially for the Black community, because we do not educate. Well, I only can speak for the Black community, so, you know, I'm not trying to offend anybody or anything like that. But we don't educate ourselves as much on things as some other people do. So when it comes to our health and natural products and stuff like that, we all should know about these things. So I decided that I would do a video talking more about the products that I use for that time of the month. If this is too much for you, you can go click the X up there or go watch another video, because I'm sure it's showing you some other suggestions at the bottom or on the side. But this is a very important topic for me because we should know these things as women, and we should also know about our alternatives and what's being put in our big brand products, things that we have bought all the time, things that our parents have introduced to us that we just know nothing about. We should know about these things, and because I have two girls, it's important for me. But how I started, I'm talking about pads today, y'all, menstrual cups, panty liners. How I started getting on this stuff is when I started having health issues. And I'm 31 now, so probably when I was around 23, 24, I started to really deal with some health issues and not know what I was dealing with. So even like mental health stuff, and this is how my journey began. Then I found out that I was dealing with thyroid problems. This is your thyroids right here. If you didn't know, you can feel them. Thyroid problems, which contributes to a lot of things in your body. So that's really how I kicked off, just trying to use all natural products and do better for myself and my body. Am I doing well? I mean, no, but I'm making progress as time goes by. But this topic about what we use for that time of the month, for our cycles, our periods, whatever you want to call them, is very important, because if you do not know, let me give y'all a little story. So I got my first period when I was in, I believe, 8th grade. I was in middle school, or was it 7th? It was one of those grades, 6th, 7th, or 8th. It was one of them. I was in middle school when I got my period. That was a long time ago. And my mom handed me the wrapped up pad. I should have had one, but my mom handed me the wrapped up pad. I believe it was in a blue wrapper, and we all know what that is. That's either Kotex. I think at the time it was Stay Free brand. And that's what she gave me. And she said, here, this is what you use for your period. Put it in your panties, and that's it. When your period come on, that's what you do. So that's what I did, because that's what my mom told me to do. So imagine me doing that from middle school up until maybe a few months ago. That's a long, I've been out of high school almost 15 years. So just imagine, that's how, like 20 years ago that I started using pads. And look how long it took me to learn that those pads and tampons that I was using was not good for me, because they are full of chemicals and plastic. Of course, we know that there's plastic in it. There's fragrance in it. There's so many things in these products that can cause cervical cancer. It causes irritation, yeast infections, all types of things that we don't even realize. So when I finally educated myself a few months ago, I started buying organic, 100% organic things, right? So this is Natracare. I talk about this in my Glow Up haul. Sorry, y'all, because my lighting is not that good. So this is why I have to hold it down like this so y'all can see. But I started buying Natracare. This is the super. And what it says, plastic free, perfume free, and chloride free. And once I started using these, I mean, my life changed. And I'm thankful that I learned about these products after doing research, because even when we hear about things for so much time, we still don't change. But my problem is with the regular products that I was using, the Kotex or the Stay Free pads, I was always irritated. I dreaded when my period would come, because I knew that I was going to be dealing with so much irritation and stuff like that down there from the pads. Now, that was an internal issue. I would have been dealing with it the whole month, but no, I take care of myself. But when it came time for that month, like, oh my God, and I was like that, and I would try different products, but I didn't know about all natural stuff, all natural pads and things that we could use. So what I'm using here, like I said, is the Natracare. This is the super. I have normal, which is regular, and then I use the panty liners. They have different types. They also have tampons too, but I'm still kind of on the fence about using tampons again. I haven't used tampons since I had my last baby, and she's 1.5. I have my reasons. I'm scared of toxic shock syndrome, even though you can get it from wearing pads, but I have my reasons. I just feel like I don't even want to, yeah. But this changed my life. It really did. It really changed my life. Like when I started wearing the 100% organic stuff, I just, no irritation, no problem at all. No problem at all compared to the other brands that give irritation, I can't talk today, and have so many different things in them, right? So I'm going to share some facts with y'all. And then I will share this link below. But I found this thing on healthyholisticliving.com just to break down some of the things. I'm reading a little bit, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, so first off, let me say that you will never hear this from the brands themselves, because they don't want y'all to know this stuff, because they want y'all to keep buying the bad stuff. But imagine if I had been using the other brands filled with all these chemicals and plastic and all that stuff for 20 years. Imagine if I did not educate myself and learn. So what it's saying here is that long-term exposure to chemicals can cause cancer and other health problems that can develop. That's with anything filled with all kind of craziness. That's lotions, perfumes, all kind of stuff. But here are 7 facts about the other brands that most of us women use, and most of us women that pass to our daughters and whoever. They contain plastic, first off. They're wrapped in plastic, plus they have like that plastic shield, plastic lining on the top of them, right? That's BPA and BPS, which are linked to cancer and heart disease. I can't pronounce this P word, but it's very common, which disrupts gene expression, and DEHP, which can lead to organ damage. So it says how the plastic chemicals are put in direct contact with your down there sensitive, with your sensitive area. And it's saying that the chemicals pass through the blood down there. So because I think it's labia in your vagina area has a large amount of tiny blood vessels and thin skin, it causes the chemicals to be absorbed and then spread throughout the body. That's the number one thing. So the second thing is it has odor neutralizers and fragrance. So if you ever notice when you open up a pad, it smells, right? It's not supposed to. Like, it has a smell like perfume, like somebody sprayed, excuse me, y'all, sprayed perfume on it. And that's not good because it helps mask the period smell. That's what it's supposed to do. But it has thousands of chemicals is what this is saying. So it doesn't have just one thing. It put 1,000 chemicals in there to neutralize the odor. They're not natural and your body cannot process it. Number 3, those pads restrict airflow, which it traps heat and it causes growth of yeast and other bacteria. And the bacteria can build up to increase the risk of infections and other serious problems. The 4th thing, rayon. While some pads and tampons contain real cotton, most are made from rayon, a synthetic alternative. Not only is this yet another synthetic chemical material, but some research suggests that rayon may absorb too much moisture from the vagina and leave behind small fibers, which might increase the risk of developing toxic shock syndrome. Okay, number 5. So even though the cotton in these big brand pads are in there, like you think you're safe with cotton, you're really not, because they're using the cotton that has been sprayed with pesticides and all other kind of chemicals. Then that cotton has been bleached. So imagine the cotton that they use for the tampons and you have to insert that. Imagine putting that up there. You're inserting a bottle of chemicals. So you have a tampon and you're just look at it as a small bottle of bleach and you're inserting that up in your secret place. So that's another thing. And it said 8 out of 10 most commonly used pesticides on American cotton have been classified as moderately to highly hazardous. Oh, Lordy. So it says on average that women use 16,000 pads or tampons in her lifetime. And most of these, along with their packaging, ends up in landfills and water treatment plants. They are made with plastic that take years to break down, and they leach those plastic chemicals into the soil and water. And while the total environment impact of feminine products hasn't been properly studied, there's no questioning that all that waste is damaging the earth. So another contamination it has is glyphosate, which is a herbicide linked to cancer. So it gets directly in your bloodstream, surrounding your reproductive organs, and it circulates throughout the rest of your body. We all know about toxic shock syndrome, and if you don't, you should know that. And it's a serious infection caused by a bacteria, can't pronounce the name. That's just not good because it could kill you. It could kill you. So that's some facts. And when you look, if you notice, like when you look on the Kotex or Stay Free or Always, whichever brand you use, they do not list what's in these products. They don't list that. And it's just important to know this. Like, so if you feel irritation down there or you feel something weird, like that was the signal for me, with so much irritation. I'm like, this is not right. And of course now I know why, because it's plastic. There's no air flowing, chemicals, fragrance, all this stuff you're putting down in a very sensitive place. I mean, our whole body is sensitive, and what we put on and in our body is very important. But that area down there, sometimes, you know, you can't just, you got to take care of it. You have to do everything that you can. So as an alternative, it lists organic. So yes, you can go buy cotton pads or tampons, but you want to make sure that you're getting it from a brand that has organic things, meaning it's not sprayed with pesticides, and there's no, like, it's biodegradable, meaning that once it's used and it's thrown out, it can break down and go into the earth and not just sit like trash and paper and stuff. Like, you want to make sure that you're buying biodegradable things, chemical free, just period, chlorine free, period. Like, this is very important. So I would recommend the Natracare brand. Like I said, The Natracare brand. That's what it looks like when you look for it on Amazon. I bought it from my local health food store. But this is what you need in your life. Like, for real. They make tampons. They make everything you need. They make cotton whites. All different type of penny liners. So this is good for you. Another alternative is the menstrual cup, which I also talked about in my video. I haven't tried the menstrual cup yet, but this is another alternative for you. So do your research. That's all I'm saying. Just do your research. Do your research. Take care of yourself. Try out some new products, and don't put all these chemicals and stuff on yourself that's gonna kill you or mess your body up eventually. This is a part of the glow up. This is all a part of the glow up. So embrace it. So until next time, I am out. If you made it this far, I posted this video, which is good, but sometimes when I want to do videos where I want to talk about things, you know, I don't know, you know, sometimes. But anyway, remember to glow. Remember to affirm yourself, because this is very important. So if you didn't get nothing else out of this video, please go buy all natural, organic pads and tampons so you can take care of yourself and be safe when that time comes around. Stop putting these chemicals and this plastic and all this stuff on your body. Like, just don't do it. It's simple. Go buy the good stuff for your body. And that's it.